Making comparisons in Spanish. Now, making comparisons in Spanish, if you're talking about things that aren't quantifiable, you're describing adjectives, comparing adjectives, you would use más que or menos que. So for Juan, you might say Juan es más alto que Carlos. He's more tall than Carlos. But Juan es menos atlético que Carlos. He's less athletic than Carlos. Now, maybe for clases, ciencias es más interesante que matemáticas, o matemáticas es más importante que ciencias. It's more important, or science is more interesting. And you can do this way. Menos interesante. La clase de matemáticas es menos interesante que ciencias, is less interesting. But you would just, whatever you were doing, it would be más adjective, more tall, more popular, más popular, or menos, less than. Now you can also compare things that are quantifiable, right? Sustantivos in Spanish means nouns. So más sustantivos que is more of something than, and menos sustantivo que is less of something than. So let's use students in a classroom. La clase de matemáticas tiene más estudiantes que la clase de ciencias. O la clase de ciencias tiene menos estudiantes, less students. And it can be used for any noun, really. I mean, Bill Gates tiene más dinero que Donald Trump. Bill Gates has more money than Donald Trump. But this is how you would, if it's something that's quantifiable, you would put in a noun. Okay, so if you wanted to make comparisons and say better than or worse than, you would use peor que and mejor que. So you might say Coca-Cola es mejor que Pepsi. Coca-Cola is better than Pepsi. And somebody else may say, no, Coca-Cola es peor que Pepsi. Coca-Cola is worse than Pepsi, right? And these work for anything, you know. Los Yankees son mejor que los Diamondbacks. Or Snickers es peor que Reese's peanut butter cups, right? So it's really used in everything that you would compare better than or worse than. To say that somebody is older than or younger than somebody else, you would use menor que y mayor que. Así que la chica es menor que su abuelo. The little girl is younger than her grandfather. El abuelo es mayor que su nieta. The grandfather is older than his granddaughter. So you would use mayor que for older and menor que for younger. Now, if you're making comparisons and saying that two things are equal, in intangible ways. In other words, these are things that it's not quantifiable, it's opinion. You would use tan, adjetivo, and como, right? So you would say, for example, la música de Shakira es tan popular como la música de Enrique Iglesias. The music of Shakira is as popular as the music of Enrique Iglesias. Now, if you wanted to say or make the comparison that they're not equal, okay, not equal, you would simply put a no in front of the verb es. So in this case, it would be la música de Shakira no es tan popular como la música de Enrique Iglesias. The music of Shakira isn't as popular as the music of Enrique Iglesias. That's how you compare two things or say that two things are equal or unequal in an intangible way. Now, if you're going to make the comparison and say that two things are equal in tangible ways, in other words, ways that are quantifiable, you can actually count it and see it, then you would use tanto como. So in this case, comparing Shakira to Enrique Iglesias, you would say Shakira tiene tanto dinero como Enrique Iglesias. Shakira has as much money as Enrique Iglesias. And again, if you wanted to make it unequal and say she didn't have as much money, you would simply put the no in front of the tiene. Shakira no tiene tanto dinero como Enrique Iglesias. Shakira doesn't have as much money as Enrique Iglesias. Okay, so as a review, más que and menos que is more than or less than. Mejor que or peor que is better than or worse than. Mayor que or menor que is older than or younger than. Tan, adjective, como, is as, blank as. And tanto or tantas, tantos is as many as or as much as. If you'd like to see more videos like this one, you can do so at profedenim.com. If you have any questions or comments, you can contact me at srdenim on Twitter, or you can simply comment below.